Long before your grandfather's grandfather was born, in a quiet fishing village called Oduuma, where the river called through the land like a silver snake, there lived a boy called Ebi. Now listen carefully. Ebi was not born like other children. On the night he came into the world, the wind howled strangely, the river rose without rain, and the midwives began whispering prayers under their breath. For Ebi had two mouths, one where a normal mouth should be, and another just below it. But that was not all. The boy also had four arms, two strong ones like any other child, and two smaller ones resting beneath them like hidden branches of a tree. Even his feet were strange. His big toes were wide and curved like the claws of a river bird. The midwives covered their mouths in shock. One of them whispered, "Ah, this child belongs to the river." Word spread quickly through Oduuma. Children came to stare at him like he was a festival masquerade. Some laughed, some ran away crying. Even grown men shook their heads when he passed. They called him many names. Two-mouth, river mistake, spirit child. Abi heard every one of those names. And though his mother tried to comfort him, though his grandmother sang gentle lullabies beside his bed, the words of the village slowly filled his heart with shame. He began to hide. When the other boys played by the water, Abi stayed behind the huts. When girls gathered to sing evening songs, he sat alone beneath the palm trees. And when the fishermen returned with nets full of silver fish, he kept his strange arms wrapped tightly beneath his cloak, so no one would see. But there was one thing he could not hide. Sometimes, late at night, when the whole village slept and only the frog sang beneath the river, Abi's second mouth will begin to whisper melodies. Soft, strange, ancient. Songs no one had taught him. Songs that sounded like the river itself was humming through him. The first time it happened, Abi woke up in terror. His second mouth was singing a tune that made the walls tremble softly. His grandmother rushed into the room holding a lantern. Instead of fear, her old eyes filled with wonder. She sat beside him and listened. When the song ended, she placed a wrinkled hand on his head and said quietly, "My child, the river speaks through you." But Abi did not feel special. He felt cursed. Years passed, Abi grew taller and stronger, but the whispers never stopped, and neither did the villagers fear. One evening, during the great festival of the first catch, when the drums echoed through Oduuma and fires danced in the night, the village priest suddenly pointed towards Abi. The old man's eyes were wide like someone seeing a ghost. He lifted his calf staff and declared, "The spirits have spoken." The drums fell silent. Everyone turned. The boy with two mouths had been chosen by the river. A cold fear ran through Abi's body. The priest continued, "The kingdom upstream has forgotten the creator. Their king has filled the land with cruelty and greed. The river spirits demand a warning." Then the priest pointed directly at Abi. "You must travel there and deliver the message." The villagers murmured nervously. Some stared with awe, others with relief. If Abi left, perhaps the strange boy would take his course with him. But Abi's heart pounded like a trapped animal. Leave the only home he had ever known, stand before a king, speak a message he barely understood, with all his disabilities and weird look? No, no, no. That night, while the festival fire slowly died, the moon floated quietly above the river, Abi made a decision. He would run away. If the spirits wanted a messenger, they could find someone else. Silently, he gathered a small bundle of food and slipped through the riverbank. A lonely canoe rested beside the water. Abi untied the rope with trembling hands. "Forgive me," he whispered to the dark water. Then he pushed the canoe into the river and climbed inside. The current carried him away from Oduuma. At first, the river was calm, But far downstream, the wind began to change. Clouds swallowed the moon. The water turned restless. Waves slapped the sides of the canoe. Thunder growled across the sky. Soon the river roared like an angry beast. Abby's heart filled with terror. The storm rose higher and higher. Lightning split the darkness. The canoe rocked violently. Then something moved beneath the water. Something huge. Before Abby could even scream, a gigantic shadow rose from the river depths, about larger than a fishing boat, bursting through the water, and in a terrible moment, the creature swallowed him whole. The river became silent. The storm drifted away, and deep beneath the water, in the glowing belly of the ancient river beast, Abby opened his eyes. At first, Abby thought he was dead. Everything around him glowed with a strange blue light. The earth smelled of salt, mud, and something ancient. Slowly, he sat up. He was lying on the soft, slippery floor that moved gently like breathing. Then he noticed the bones, fish bones, animal bones, broken paddles, pieces of old boats, the remains of many things the river had swallowed over the years. Fear wrapped around his heart like a snake. "I am finished," he whispered. His voice echoed strangely inside the creature's enormous belly. Above him, thick walls pulsed slowly like the inside of a drum. Outside, the distant sound of water roared. Abby tried to stand, but his legs trembled. He shouted. No one answered. He cried. No one came. Hours passed, or maybe days. Inside the darkness of the river beast, time had no meaning. Hunger gnawed at his stomach. Loneliness filled his chest, and the terrible truth slowly settled over him like heavy rain. He will die here, forgotten. The boy the village never wanted, swallowed by the river. Tears rolled down his face. "Why me?" he whispered. "I did not ask to be born this way." His voice broke. Then suddenly, a strange vibration moved through his chest. Abby froze. He knew that feeling. It was the same feeling that came before the night songs. Slowly, gently, his second mouth, opened. A soft melody slipped into the air. Abby tried to stop it, but the song kept growing. The first mouth joined it. Then something incredible happened. The two mouths began singing different melodies at the same time. One voice low and sorrowful, the other high and hopeful. The sounds wove together like the currents of the river. The glowing walls of the creature's belly began to tremble. The bones around him rattled softly. The song grew stronger, louder, deeper. Abby closed his eyes. For the first time in his life, he stopped fighting the strange gift inside him. He began to sing with both voices. All his pain, all his loneliness, all his fear, he poured everything into the song. And somewhere beyond the river, something heard him. The water began to stir. Ancient spirits of the deep lifted their heads. The giant creatures shuddered. Its body twisted violently beneath the waves. Inside the belly, Abby felt the ground move. The beast rose towards the surface, faster, higher, and then suddenly, the creature opened his enormous mouth, and with a mighty roar of water, Abby was thrown back into the world. He crashed onto the muddy shore of a distant land. For a long moment, he simply lay there breathing the fresh air. Alive! Alive! Slowly, he stood. Before him stretched the road to the wicked kingdom upstream, the place he had tried so desperately to avoid. But something has changed inside him. The shame was gone. The fear has melted away. And for the first time in his life, Abby understood. The strange mouths, the strange arms, the strange songs, they were never a curse. They were the river's gifts. It was God's gift. Abby lifted his head towards the sky. Then he began walking towards the kingdom. And when he finally stood before the king and sang, both voices rising like thunder across the palace walls, even the hardest hearts trembled, because sometimes the very thing that makes the world reject you is the thing heaven will use to change it.
Yeah. DJ, drop it. Yeah. This one's for the ones who know, the ones with the light. Let's go. See you looking, see you judging from your golden throne, counting zeros in your wallet, standing all alone. You see the patches on my jacket, shoes a little worn, but the crown up on my spirit, baby, never been home. You got the plastic, got the status, got the fancy car. I got a handshake, that means something, I know who you are. You see a deficit of dollars, that's the game you play. I see a deficit of heart, and that's a debt you pay. Cause the music's getting louder, can you feel it in your chest? The only currency that matters is the one that you possess. So go ahead and like I wanna point, I'm standing in my truth. I've been rich since the beginning, I was rich since in my youth. It's a party, come on. You can keep your diamond color, cause I'm dancing with my soul. Let your body lose control. Poverty ain't in your pocket. Poverty's when you don't know that a broke man with a vision is a king without a throne. It's your body, jump. Call me poor if you want to. Let the bass drum shake the floor. I'm richer than you'll ever be, and I'm walking out that door. Jump. Call me poor if you want to. Let the bass drum shake the floor. I'm richer than you'll ever be, and I'm walking out that door. Try to hold me tight, you got a phone full of contacts. When you turn off the light, I got an old price tag. We can't be bought and can't be sold. My story's written in the fire, yours is written in the cold. You see a temporary setback, I see a chance to rise. You see an empty bank account, I see a clear blue sky. Your character's a little light, a fragile, hollow thing. My character's the anchor and the song my heart will sing. Cause the music's getting louder, can you feel it in your chest? The only currency that matters is the one that you possess. So go ahead and laugh on that point, I'm standing in my truth. I've been rich since the beginning, I was rich since in my youth. It's a party, come on. You can keep your diamond on, cause I'm dancing with my soul. Let your body lose control. Poverty ain't in your pocket. Poverty's when you don't know that a broke man with a vision is a king without a throne. Let that body jump on. Call me poor if you want to. Let the bass drum shake the floor. I'm richer than you'll ever be, and I'm walking out that door. Jump on. Call me poor if you want to. Let the bass drum shake the floor. I'm richer than you'll ever be, and I'm walking out that door. What you got? Let the beat breathe. They say money talks, but have you ever heard what silence says? Have you ever seen the wealth in someone's eyes? The lack of money is a circumstance, but the lack of character, that's the real poverty. So tonight, we dance for the real ones, the ones with no price tag. It's a party, come on. You can keep your